I just keep it going. Yeah. It wasn't work.
And I was about 2/3 of the way round, things were going really well, and the woodland track split into two. He thought we were going one way, we were meant to be going the other way. It was the smallest misunderstanding. And he clipped his shoulder onto the tree, it flung me into the tree, and when I hit the ground, I knew I was paralysed. I'd had bad falls before, but always got up. This time I couldn't feel the ground I was lying on. I knew that all those plans and dreams that I'd got had come to a grinding halt. We all see these signs around, but they're for disabled people. I was 27, pretty fit, loving life. You never think they're going to be significant to you, possibly for the rest of your life.
Getting back home was brilliant, but it's also things that not many weeks before I just went and did, and to be honest, took for granted. Never stopped to appreciate what I had got. And now it's a huge thing. I wrote my book a few years ago, and I started from a scene from the shower, because I don't know about any of you, but I certainly never really appreciated it. I just got in the shower, had a shower and got out. Now it was quite a huge thing for me. I'd have to heave my body into the shower chair that I even hated the look of at the time. It was a big, ugly, sturdy thing. I hated it. And physically it was hard for me, but mentally it would break me. I'd look down, and at this point my legs had wasted because I didn't know about electrical stimulation bike. I found out about after. So my legs had wasted. My stomach was now soft and floppy, not toned like it was that morning at the horse trials. And then I'd see the water running down my body. I didn't know if it was hot or cold. I felt 2/3 dead. And there was times where I just wished I'd hit the tree a little bit harder. I thought, how will I ever be happy and be paralysed? Remember, I never sat still for a second. Times like that were definitely my toughest times. Everyone thinks things like London Marathon were my biggest challenge. It was nothing compared to getting out of bed when I had no reason to get up.
In 2012, I took that first step over the start line, and I had my accident. I thought I'd never have the highs that I had at like the Burley horse trials. This was a million times better, because when I took that first step, the crowds went mad, and I knew it was me because everyone had run off in about 2 seconds. I was on my own for 17 days. Of course, people did come and join me en route, and the donation. How many times I've probably told myself I can't do it, won't do it, don't like it, all those negative thoughts. But sometimes in life we change, something we perhaps didn't like when we were younger, we go through different experiences. That's like the Paralympic cauldron in Trafalgar Square. I didn't realise what a huge thing it was this day. I got there and it was on live TV. I had to walk up in the suit, and you saw in the video I can go flat on my face. And then I got to lift the torch up. Well, even putting both arms out in front of me, unless I'm leaning back, because I don't have any stomach or back muscles at work, it's hard. So I knew that lifting the torch up, standing on the legs that I can't even feel, was going to be tough. And then I had Boris Johnson, Seb Coe and David Cameron all stood near the cauldron. But God, I don't set Boris's hair alive. Yeah, he's still got his hair, and I managed to do it. But again, it's another opportunity that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for that day that I thought had ruined my life back in May 2007. And I hadn't even sat on a motorbike before my accident. It was a charity that usually got motorbike riders back on after a crash. So I was a little bit different. I got there that day and said, "Oh, can you pass my hat, please?" And they went, "Helmet." So whatever. Anyway, I carried on and started with stabilisers on the bike. I have catchers and launchers. And I've fallen a few times, but I managed to get my race licence in 2017 so that I could do track days, and I've been out training. Good times don't redefine us, they can redefine us. I know that I've been lucky. I couldn't have done what I've done without the huge support of a lot of people, friends, family and even strangers. But I also know that you make your own luck. If I carried on dwelling on all those things I'd lost, and remember it felt pretty much everything in the early days, if I kept focusing on them, I wouldn't have had the best days of my life after my accident. If I named the best days of my life, they are meeting Dan, having my little girls, some of the challenges and things I've done. So when things feel tough, you feel like you're struggling, keep going, you can get through them, and you don't know what the future has in store. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen,